Brittany and Yazan are officially done. They have ended their stupid little fake relationship on 90 Day Fiance. Guys, what is up? Max here, the Celeb Talk guy. In the last episode of 90 Day Fiance was just on not very long ago, and it was kind of bittersweet, kind of sad, and kind of just flat out entertaining. So let's not waste any time and just jump right into what we just saw, starting off with Brittany and Yazan. And yes, y'all heard that right. They are officially 100%, as far as our eyes can see, done with their relationship. Now, we have heard rumors and speculation. We have even kind of seen some pictures of Brittany with a man in the US, like really recently. So we kind of figured that news was coming. But in the last episode of 90 Day Fiance, we saw Brittany actually fly to Jordan by herself. And she said when she got off the plane that, hey, my relationship is done. I am going to Jordan for myself, but my relationship with Yazan, it is over. Honestly, this is just so incredibly stupid. So yes, Brittany said that she was going to Jordan for herself because one of her very close friends is also flying to Jordan the very next day to kind of meet Yazan. That was like the entire point of her to fly, very far to Jordan. It was just to meet Yazan. She didn't go there for some girl's bachelorette type, trip. She went there to meet Yazan. But Brittany, like I just said, she said, I'm going to go there not for Yazan. I am ending that relationship. I'm going to go there for myself and to have a girls' week. Which I've never been to Jordan, but really it doesn't seem like you're going to like Las Vegas or anything. So it didn't really seem to make much sense. But she flew there, and then we saw the inevitable little sneak peek clip where Yazan and Brittany were both walking through the airport. But of course, neither of them reached out to one another. So Yazan didn't text her, she didn't text him, and then they were both kind of looking for each other, and supposedly, keyword supposedly, I don't know why I use air quotes, but they walked past each other and they never saw each other. I mean, the airport looked busy, but come on, you guys, how dumb do you guys think TLC thinks we are to believe that? Because let me just say, they're both being filmed. They both have a gigantic film crew, so obviously, there must be pretty noticeable, but supposedly, according to TLC 90 Day Fiance, they just walked by each other, they didn't see each other, and then right at the last second, when Brittany was getting in a taxi because she didn't see Yazan, she didn't think she was going to have a ride to her hotel, all of a sudden Yazan turns his head and he sees Brittany stepping into a taxi. I mean, once again, how dumb do they think we are? So she drove away and Yazan was just irately furious. He was so mad that Brittany, he thinks Brittany saw him and still got a taxi. Did she? She claimed no. Whatever. Moving on. The next day, Brittany's friend shows up, and let me just say, y'all already know I'm not a fan of Brittany. I think she is immature and selfish and rude, but this friend, she is like really just mature and smart and nice, at least from what we can see. I'm shocked she's honestly even friends with Brittany, to be completely honest, because she seems just like mellow and level-headed and patient and just like a normal person. So she was talking to Brittany about her relationship with Yazan, and she was just like, girl, what are you doing? Because Brittany did say, I'm done with him, I'm not going to see him, but this friend was like, hey, we flew all this way to Jordan, even though you are technically done with him. We flew here, I literally just flew here to meet the guy. I think you should talk to him, and I should meet him, and try to maybe just see if you can at least talk and either end it, but at least still, I want to meet the guy. And finally, Brittany did agree. She was doing a little bit of this, and she kind of loosened up a little bit, and she ended up FaceTiming Yazan, and Yazan went to go pick up Brittany and her friend. Now, of course, Yazan, he is very conservative. He does not believe in partying at all. So I think when he sees that Brittany is a little having a good old time, I don't think he's going to be very happy. So Brittany and Yazan, Brittany confirmed that their relationship is done. So yeah, guys, you can tell by this big old, smile I got in my face right here, I am happy. But comment below what you guys think. I feel like I have never heard from any of you guys, not even one comment that any of you guys like Brittany and Yazan together, but still, feel free to comment below. I am really curious what y'all think. And then there was Ariela and Biniyam, and it's not looking good. In the last episode, Ariela's family, who, let me just say really quick, the mom I think is honestly kind of sweet and nice. I do like her. But the mom and the dad flew to Ethiopia again. And at first glance, we've never really seen this dad. Now, we have seen the dad in the beginning of the season, but we have never seen him with Biniyam. So at first glance, he seemed very serious, very to the point, like he's a doctor, very professional. He didn't seem like he was kind of joking around much, but he seemed accepting and not a terribly bad guy, but just, let me just say, he seemed pretty serious. And then Ariel's mom, when we first saw her with Biniyam, she was a little bit question-y, kind of, but I do think she has a big heart. I think she is nice, and I think she is, growing to love Biniyam. So at first glance, it was a little bit awkward. Ariela did tell Biniyam that, hey, Biniyam, you have to call my dad Dr. whatever my last name is, Weinberg or Weinstein or something. And of course, Biniyam, because he's just a nice guy, actually called him that. And then immediately, Ariel's mom was like, Biniyam, no, don't call him that. That is just weird. Call him, dad or mister or something, which is what I've been saying this entire time. But anyway, they were relatively comfortable. The problem with these two is earlier in the episode, we were just seeing a lot of fighting. Now, you guys can comment below because I feel like everyone has their personal preference. So seriously, comment below what you guys thought about Ariela and Biniyam. But what really happened was they have this baby now. That's it. They have a baby, and Ariela is taking care of the baby. Biniyam is going to work, and Ariela isn't happy because she wants someone to help out with the baby. Part of me, I'm like just so divided because part of me agrees and understands that Ariela, she does probably need some help. She could use a night off. But the other part of me is like, you know what? They have bills, and someone is footing this bill. The bills for food and rent and everything else in life. So it's like, who is going to foot this bill if Biniyam isn't working? That is what kind of frustrated me. Like, I totally 100% think being a parent obviously is a full-time job, but still, you need to actually have a job that kind of pays money if you want to support yourself. So I don't think Ariela is working. Now, if she is working, 90 Day Fiance completely cut her out of the show, but I don't believe she is working. I think Biniyam is making all the money, and yeah, it's like she's complaining that he's never home, that he's constantly working, but what do you want the guy to do? So kind of annoying, kind of frustrating. I feel somewhat bad for Biniyam. I understand though why Ariel is mad, but it's like, Ariel, girl, why did you have a baby here? So seriously, you guys comment below. I'm kind of divided. I am kind of leaning a little bit more towards Biniyam though, because I just feel like, come on. It's annoying. What are you supposed to do? How is he supposed to make money? How are you supposed to buy food if he is not going to work? He needs to go to work. Now, the infamous, other problem could be, well, hey, what if he is cheating? Because Ariela is like totally convinced that there is a possibility that he might be cheating. And I look at Biniyam, I look at his sweet old puppy dog eyes, and I'm just like, you know what? How could that guy cheat? But maybe I am a gullible moron. So, once again, seriously, y'all probably know better than me. Comment below what you guys think. I'm so curious what you guys think of Biniyam, if you think he is lying, if he is kind of having some roaming eyes or what. But I feel like he is faithful. The guy doesn't make much money at his jobs, and he just needs to work a lot. But that is my take. I want to hear from y'all. Then we saw Deavan and Jihoon, and I will keep them quick. It was a sad, heartfelt little segment. Deavan, she was expecting a baby and they lost it. It just honestly sad. Yeah, it just, I don't want to be dramatic. It's a serious thing. It's sad. I feel bad for her. We all know they're not together anymore, but that really did suck. And you could just kind of see a part of Deavan was kind of just gone. I feel like she was really just emotional and sad, and hey, she has every right to be. So, you know, be nice, no negative comments on that topic, please, you know, because that does just suck for her. But then, kind of a positive note, we did get to see, actually, Deavan and Jihoon's mom went to like an old Korean museum. It looked actually pretty cool. If y'all don't know, I am kind of a history buff, but they were going around the museum. Of course, let me just say, they can't speak a word of the same language, so they weren't very talkative, but they were kind of pointing and making small comments, and they were both smiling, appearing to be happy, which, that's amazing. Now, it'd be more amazing if we thought they were still together, but, you know, we all know they're not still together. So, they were being happy, it looked great, so big deal. But then we got to see at the end of the preview for the next episode that guess who's back in town? Guess who's back in Korea? This time, it is Deavan's mom and her husband, and they are coming for this big old wedding that Deavan has been planning, and we have seen pictures on the Frauder by TLC Instagram, so definitely make sure to check her out. But we have seen pictures on her Instagram that they have the wedding goes through, and they actually have like a real formal Korean wedding. So yeah, you know, they came into town. Jihoon was awkward, he was nervous because the last time he saw Deavan's mom, things did not go very well. And then there was Jennie and Sumit. Now, I have already talked about them quite a bit, but let me just say really quick for those of you guys that missed a couple videos ago, where they stand is basically, you know, Sumit got his divorce granted. Yay, yay, yay. Jennie wants to move forward and marry the man. The problem is, boom, just like that, the stay-at-home order in India was, you know, granted, and they could not leave their house. So clearly, they won't be getting married anytime soon. Now, that was in March. Same thing that was going on here in America. It was in the middle of March, and basically, we got to see Jennie and Sumit stay inside their house over the span of like 2 minutes from like middle of March to like middle of May. So for 2 months, they stayed together. They got to know each other. They were very careful and nervous about what was going on, which let me just say this once again, I never did hear from any of you guys if anyone knew, but Sumit was saying he was nervous about everything going on in the world because Jennie, number one, is just flat out old, which, come on, typical, Sumit. But then again, he said that he was a diabetic. Now, me as a type 1 diabetic, I did not know that, but I've already mentioned that, so let's just keep going. But still, I did not know Sumit was a diabetic. But anyway, they were nervous, they were scared, they stayed inside. It seems like they're doing okay now, and now, finally, like in May, they're talking about having this ring ceremony, stupid thing, and they were talking to Sumit's brother, and he was like really nervous. They're like, hey, if you guys move forward and have this ring ceremony, I'm just warning you guys, there could be some issues. So I really don't know what happens. I'm pretty confident Jennie is in India still, but I don't know if they have their stupid little ring ceremony thing or what. And then there was Tim and Melissa, and things are kind of weird. Here is the deal. Tim's mom came from Alabama over to Colombia, in the words of Tim, to visit Tim and Melissa and see how their relationship is going. And we were kind of met with some, pretext from Melissa saying that, hey, when they were in America, Melissa was claiming that Tim's mom and her were never really off to the best foot. They had some issues. It was always kind of awkward. And even at one point, Tim's mom did threaten to call the police on Melissa. So yeah, they had their issues. And that was at least from Melissa's words. Then we saw Tim's mom with Melissa, and it seemed a little weird, but it wasn't terribly awkward. Honestly, the way I took Tim's mom was she's just like a mom. She seemed pretty nice and cordial, and she really did not seem rude. Melissa just comes off really quiet and rude to me, but Tim's mom did not at least appear that way to me. But y'all can comment below if you agree or disagree. But anyway, they were together. It didn't seem very weird. It kind of seemed like it was just fabricated in Melissa's head. Then, though, what happened was Melissa said, hey, I'm happy to see you guys, but I'm actually going to peace out and get out of here because I am going to stay at my parents' place because I don't want to make it uncomfortable for you guys if I stay here. So she basically just, went around the bush saying, hey, I don't want to stay here, so what I'm going to do is go stay at my parents' place because I do not feel comfortable, staying here. So it was kind of weird, and Tim's mom was like, what was the deal with that? And Tim explained that Melissa feels a tad bit uncomfortable, and then the next day we got to see Tim and Melissa and his mom come together, and that is when they all kind of brought it up. they were all kind of beating around the bush. It was kind of awkward, and my take on it is just this. I feel like more than likely, I feel like Melissa's kind of just making up this stuff in her head. I don't know what Tim's mom said. Melissa is claiming that Tim's mom said, you know, that Tim and Melissa, they might not be the best for each other. They're not the best fit for each other. But the problem is Tim's mom denied it. She was saying that she worded it differently. Now, did she actually do that? I have no idea. What I feel like happened, though, is I feel like Tim's mom probably did just say, hey, if you guys aren't happy together, you should break up. And I feel like Melissa kind of morphed it into her own wording. That is how I perceived it, because I feel like Melissa is just kind of stone cold and kind of mean, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of her. I'm sorry. She just seems so rude to me, and I'm also, you already know, not a fan of Tim. But they kind of hashed out somewhat of differences. Kind of. It still seemed awkward with Melissa. I just don't know what Melissa wants. Like, what does she want? Someone just like to beg and apologize and be so happy with her? It just doesn't really make much sense. Can't figure out what her deal is, but Melissa and Tim's mom, they tried to work out their differences. It was still kind of awkward, but I feel like at the end of the day, all of this awkwardness is from Melissa, and Tim's mom is just kind of going with the flow, and she really doesn't seem to have much of an issue with Melissa. I think it's just all in her head. And I'm sure y'all are probably wondering, well, hey, what about Kenny and Armando? And boo-hoo, if y'all love them, we did not get to see them, which is pretty unbelievable because these episodes are 2 hours. So how on earth, within 2 hours, we have no footage of Kenny and Armando? But no, we did not get to see them, unfortunately. But we did get to see in a preview for the next episode, they're still fighting and really trying to get this marriage license. And it looks like they're actually kind of having a difficult time. But I'm staying optimistic, and I do feel like these two, I think they're going to be able to file this paper and then file that paper and file another paper, and they will probably be granted a marriage license. That is what I think. I could be wrong, so definitely make sure to comment below. Well, guys, we are like ticking up on the season finale of 90 Day Fiance The Other Way this season, and oh my god, you guys don't even know how excited I am. I am so sick of all of these couples. I like Kenny and Armando, but because I've been with these people for so long, I'm not sick of them, but I'm just like, oh, I'm bored. Like, I want these people to be happy, all of these couples, really, but it's like, I am just either annoyed, like Brittany and Yazan, I am annoyed. Ariela and Biniyam, I am annoyed. Deavan and Jihoon, I am annoyed. But even those people, I wish them the best, but can't you guys agree? It's like, I want to move on. I want new couples. I want either older couples or like new faces or something, but I want something to change. So I am so ready for this season to be done. I believe we have 2 more Sundays, I think, of 90 Day Fiance The Other Way, and then we're probably going to have 2 Sundays of a 90 Day Fiance The Other Way tell-all, maybe just 1 Sunday, but we're gonna have to wait and see. But guys, I'm already starting to kind of smile because we are almost done with the season, and there are definitely some cliffhanger type couples like Kenny and Armando and Tim and Melissa. We really don't know, and even Biniyam and Ariela, we don't know what happens with them. So I am excited, but I'm more excited just to be done and over with this season. Well, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, hey, it would mean the absolute unbelievable amount of world to me. That doesn't even make any sense, but it would mean the world to me if you guys would hit the like button, comment below your thoughts, and hit the subscribe button. I love you guys dearly. It means the world to me. I can't even put into words how much I love you guys. So seriously, if you like these videos, if you want more of them, please hit the comments below, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and y'all better stay tuned for many more videos.